Everybody knows that one of the fastest way to grow your podcast is by having guests and being a guest on other people's podcast. Well, there is 4 reasons why you are not getting any guest, or why the person that you want to come to be a guest in your podcast is not coming. I did an interview with Evan Carmichael. He has 2 million subscribers on YouTube and I only had 40. How did I get him in my podcast? Well, today I am going to tell you all about it, and I am going to tell you the 4 things that you are not doing that you need to start doing. Stay tuned. Before we continue, I just want to let you know that you are listening to the Blessed Not Stressed podcast. Whether you're watching on YouTube or you're listening through Spotify or Apple Podcast, make sure that you are subscribed, because I am doing giveaways and I am also uploading every Tuesday something that's going to add value to your life. Now, my name is Dieter Dares and I have one mission, and that is to empower you with the Word of God. Now, today I am not going to be talking about the Bible. Today I am going to show you how you can get a podcast guest in your podcast. I am going to show you how I got Evan Carmichael to be the special guest in my podcast. But there are 4 things that you need to do. And I'm going to talk about the very first one. The very first one is that you are not confident. If you have not asked someone to come into your podcast, it's because you're not confident about your podcast. You need to believe in yourself before someone else believes in you. If you are doubting about your podcast, if you are doubting about yourself, the moment you ask someone else, they're going to feel that you are doubting and they're not going to be your guest. So the first thing is that you need to be confident. Now, confidence comes through practice. It also comes through, knowledge. It also comes through faith. It comes through all of that. How are you going to build that confidence? You're going to build the confidence by doing difficult stuff, like Evan says. You're going to build your confidence by putting yourself in places where you're going to grow. But if you don't have confidence, then you're not going to finish watching this podcast or this episode. You're not going to finish watching this and go and ask the person that you want to be in your podcast to become a guest, because you don't have confidence. And that is the very first thing. And this is where a lot of people mess up. They don't believe in their podcast. They don't believe in their books. They don't believe in their YouTube channel. They don't believe in themselves 100%. Because if you believe in yourself 100%, then you will have the confidence to go up to someone and say, hey, look, my name is Dieter Dares, and I would love for you to be a guest in my podcast. I have this audience of youth, people that are passionate about God and want to grow personally. Can I take 25 to 30 minutes of your time? If you don't have the confidence to do that, then you're never going to get anybody to come into your podcast. Maybe the reason why people haven't come into your podcast is because you haven't asked. And that is the second thing that you need to ask. When is it that I became aware of all of this? Look, I wanted to have Evan Carmichael in my podcast. In that time, I knew who he was. I haven't read his book. Well, in the time, I didn't read the book of Built to Serve. I hadn't read it. But I wanted him to come into my podcast. So I was looking through his Instagram, and there's this post that he had with someone else. I don't know who the other person was, but the person asked him, when do you think it's the right time for me to start having some guests, or for me to start asking some guests? And he said, what are you doing? You need to start right now. He said, all you need to do is you need to ask. If you ask, they're either going to say yes or they're going to say no. But you know what? Everybody gets a no. A lot of people get a no. I have gotten many no's, but I got that one yes from Evan. Why? Because I went ahead and I asked. Now, how did I do it? I was looking at his Instagram stories, and he always does this. He's been doing this every day. He puts, ask me a question. And I said, would you be a guest on the Blessed Not Stressed podcast? That was probably in the very morning, and I didn't get an answer because he normally answers this in the night. So until 10 p.m., I get a notification from Instagram saying Evan replied to your question, and he said maybe. He saw the question, he said maybe, and then he's like, it's good that you asked, but you need to stand out more. You need to, it's good that you asked, but you need to do something to stand out more. And he was, iffy about it. He was like, I don't know, but maybe. The moment I saw that, I went crazy. It was 10:30 probably, and I went crazy. So I knew that I needed to do something else. Number 3 is that you need to follow up. You see, right there, I didn't get a yes. I didn't get a no. I got a maybe. And at times when you ask people, hey, can you be a guest on my podcast? They're probably going to tell you, I'm sorry, but right now I am not doing those type of things right now. Or right now I am too focused on my business, maybe in the future. But you know what? In the future actually means in the future. You need to follow up. You need to ask them again in the future. Hey, last time I asked you, I know you were busy. I don't know if you're still busy right now, but if you have 20 to 30 minutes to come into my podcast, I will appreciate it. You need to do something. You need to follow up. So once I saw that maybe, I needed to follow up on that. But number 4 is that I needed to do something to stand out. You need to understand that the people that you want to have as a guest, these people are very busy. And if they have, their DMs are pretty much being filled every single day. So I knew that, I can't just send him a DM. Now, for me, and I don't know about you, but whenever I look into my DMs and there is this notification that somebody sent me a video, I'm not able to see the video, so I'm more intrigued. And I'm like, you know what? I want to see what this is about. So I decided I was going to do a video. I was confident about my podcast because I had been doing it for almost a year. And I was confident that, that I could do this. I went ahead and I asked. And I needed to follow up, but I needed to do something to stand out. So I took my phone. I got a Sharpie here. I took my phone. Normally, I shake a lot. If I am eating, probably my hand is shaking. I don't know why, but I took my phone and I started to record a message. Now, I knew, and I was doing my research, I knew that Evan, was building this relationship with Nick from Book Thinkers. And I already had Nick as a guest on my podcast. So I was going to use that as well. So I grabbed the phone and I said, hey, Evan, this is Dieter Dares. I just did an interview with Nick, and I just wanted to let you know that I would love for you to come into my podcast too. I would love to have an interview for you to talk about your book. And if you do this, I am going to be super grateful with you. Well, that didn't go so well the first time. Neither the second time, nor the third time, nor the fourth time, nor the fifth time. I probably did that thing maybe 20 to 30 times. Because the first one wasn't coming, the fifth one wasn't coming, and I wasn't getting it right, and I needed to get it right. I only had a couple seconds to grab his attention, so I needed to get it right. You need to understand that you need to do something to stand out. You need to do something to stand out. Now, look, I'm just going to stop right here. I am almost finished reading this book right now. This is his book, Built to Serve. I have 2 copies. One of the copies is signed by Evan himself. And if you want it, I am going to give this to somebody. All you need to do to win this is subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, and DM me a screenshot that says that you have been subscribed. Once you do that, I will be doing this maybe in 2 weeks from now. So in 2 weeks from now, I am going to choose a winner. In this book, he literally shows you step by step how you can get the people that you want in your podcast, or how you're going to grow your business by getting the people that you need, so like that they can, these are called partnerships, so like that you can do all of that. So if you want it, all you need to do is subscribe, and you need to follow me on Instagram. Send me the screenshot. I needed to do something to stand out. So I did it for like 30 times. And after I finished doing it, I sent it to him. But guess what? I was looking into his stories, and he said, guys, it's late already, so I'm going to go to sleep. And I knew, oh my God, throughout the night, he's going to get tons of emails, tons of DMs. So in the morning, the moment I saw that he was active, I sent him another message. I said, hey, probably my message before this, it probably got deleted, not deleted. It probably got buried by all the DMs. I just want to let you know that I am very interested in this. I would really like for you to come into my podcast. Guess what? Maybe an hour later, all he said was, let's do it. And he sent me the email that I needed to follow up with. And you can go ahead and watch the video. I got Evan Carmichael to be in my podcast. Like I said, his book is just great. If you read that book, you're going to know in detail more of the things that you need to do to grow your podcast, to grow your business, to grow your YouTube channel, to grow whatever it is that you want to grow. But this is how I got Evan Carmichael to be in my podcast. I have learned a lot from him. If you haven't watched the episode, I recommend that you go ahead and watch it. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, go ahead, subscribe. Like I told you, once we reach those 200 subscribers, I am giving another giveaway. Now, let me tell you one thing. Just a disclosure. The giveaways that I am doing are things that are going to help you grow personally. I am not going to send somebody a bicycle, or I'm not going to send them, I don't know, something else. I am going to send you things that are going to help you. I am going to send you books. I am going to send you journals. I am going to send you, like, the person that is going to win the whole New Testament said, you are going to be blessed, because if you focus on reading a book, maybe every single month, you're going to grow spiritually. You're going to grow so much in the path of God. So those are the giveaways that I am going to be doing, but just make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure that you put thumbs up, that you leave a comment. If you want me to do another video, whatever it is that you want me to do it, just put it in the comments and I will do it. I will answer your questions, but you can also DM me through Instagram. Right now, I am answering everybody. Make sure that you are subscribed once again, and make sure that you are blessed, not stressed.